Fracti Radio, this is Chiara Nicoletti from nella Città. I'm glad to be with Molly Manning Walker, Mia McKenna-Bruce, director and actress of How to Have Sex, screening here at the opening film. Welcome.
Thank you.
So, first of all, Molly, why did you feel that this story could be the right one for your debut feature, and why was this also the right moment to?
Yeah, I went to I reconnected with some old school friends, and when we were all discussing sort of when that age and the holidays that we'd gone on and what we learnt from those holidays. And I guess so the blowjob scene on stage we had all seen on holiday, and I had thought that I was the only one that thought it was kind of like shocking. But actually everyone else had also had the same experience, but we were all hiding it and saying like, "Woo, this is great!" And so yeah, I wanted to like write a story about the pressure of young people have on each other to have sex.
What were you looking for the character of Tara, and how did you find Mia? Why was Mia the right?
Yeah, it was important to me that, often on screen, victims are portrayed in a very particular way. They're like shy and they meek, and I wanted someone who was like loud and bubbly, but like, two planes of thought going on, what they're presenting to the world and then how they feel inside. And how we found Mia. A very early tape Mia did, just knew straight away when we saw the tape. It was a really great performance.
Here's a question for both of you. I have to say that I've discussed this film, talk about this film a lot, and one thing that I thought is that it's kind of film that it's what happens to Tara is something that maybe some years ago we wouldn't have recognized as something violent, as something that shouldn't have happened. I don't know if you felt this way, and I don't know if you wanted to express this new nuance that we finally achieved, let's say.
Yeah, sure. I think just from the reaction that we've had so far of people seeing the film, generations kind of above my own have spoke about how watching the film has made them realise why they felt a certain way after certain situations, and they'd put these feelings away and didn't know how to, talk about them or how to even begin to like heal from them until starting to see this film, and then those conversations, they can start having those conversations.
Talking about healing, I don't want to spoil the film, but there's a very tender moment, I would say, towards the ending, in which Tara is finally talking about this with her friend, and there's kind of acceptance of what happened. And I was thinking that this is something that only comes also with this, finally with this consent dialogue on consent that we're having. I mean, only if you understand this concept, you can understand someone else. And this is, I was thinking that maybe Tara will never forget what happened, but she will heal eventually because of this acceptance. I don't know if you agree, and
Do you want to go? No, to go.
Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess the ending is sort of looking at how we should talk about things more openly with our friends, and how when you voice stuff out loud, it gets easier. I think the thing with Tara is that she probably, it's definitely going to affect her, but she's super resilient and she moves on, but it still lives with her. I do think she will heal, but it will stay with her.
And I think that tiny bit that we see at the end where she's like, "We're coming home," is really important, because it's like we see that glimpse of Tara again, and it's like it's not going to define her, what's happened to her. So,
what does to understand that it comes from your adolescence, a trip that you made, but obviously adolescents today are different. And so while you were researching on the lesson, working with Mia, what could we say? What did you understand about this generation that might be different from the others?
Yeah, I think what was shocking about the research that we did and the workshops that we did was that the conversation around consent really hadn't changed, you know. We were shocked, to be honest. Like, young girls were standing up and saying, girls should wear more clothes and they should be more careful and be responsible for it. And we were like, wow, this is crazy. But I guess what had changed was that within the workshops, it felt like there was more acceptance of people being gay, and queerness in Gen Z and, you know, was more acceptable. And so that's kind of when the character Em and Paige changed. It used to be a girl and a boy, and then it became a gay couple, because we kind of wanted to say that some stuff is changing, you know, conversations are changing.
And what about boys? What do you think? What is changing about, you know, their behavior as well?
I find this a difficult topic because I'd love to say that things are changing, but like that young girl who got killed in London recently on the street, like, it's hard to say that when that's happening to 16-year-old girls for not going with a young man, that things are really changing.
Because, you know, we tend to tell young girls to be careful, and it's difficult to change the paradigm, as they say in Italian, towards boys, and how we educate them to respect, you know, and to learn consent. So that's why I was asking. Yeah. How did you work visually, let's say, to show all these nuances and, let's say, also the division that we see in that apparently carefree summer, that passage from childhood to being an adult? How did you work together on this?
The visual.
Also, you know, cinematographically speaking.
Yeah.
I mean,
so I guess there was a like strong vision from all departments. So like the costume, the production design, the world, the locations that we found, and the cinematography all added to this kind of visual summer holiday effect. You know, the costume designer, who's like my best friend, came out early and would like run up to random groups of girls and be like, I love what you're wearing, like, where did you get it from? And so yeah, there was also this really strong color palette that was initiated from the beginning. So orange is danger, the green dress like represents Sky's pressure on Tara. So yeah, there's all these kind of hidden things in the film. There's predators sewn into Paddy's clothing, and like you don't really notice it, but when he puts his hand over her face, there's a scorpion on his ring. So yeah, there's all these kind of little hidden things in the film.
I was attending the press conference, and I liked, and I think I understood what you said about the most difficult scene, that where you apparently had to act happy and jumpy, and could you tell me more?
Yeah, I think for me, Mia, when I have to dance around and jump, I mean, I do like dance around and jump, but we were filming in a club, and I had to dance around and jump by myself. And I think Mia likes to kind of be energetic around a lot of people, but when I had to do that by myself, I was like, all of a sudden felt really like, oh no, everyone's going to look at me. But yeah, it was how Tara was feeling at that time. So
it was also day 3, so it was really early in the process.
Yeah. Was it day 3? Wow.
Because to me, it felt like, you know, a strong reaction.
Yeah,
to something, you know?
Yeah, and I think like I was uncomfortable for obviously different reasons, but Tara was uncomfortable in that moment as well. So, it worked.
Well, last thing, you're feeling, how you feeling about, you know, showing this film to Alice nella Città and its audience that I think you noticed is very focused, knows a lot about cinema and loves cinema a lot.
I mean, we were talking about it earlier, how we kind of forgot that anyone else would see this film. We were all such in our bubble in Greece, and we were such a tight unit that it kind of felt like we were doing this for us and then forgot that it was going to go out to the world. So it's crazy, but also amazing, the reaction that it's been getting.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. We had such a great screening this morning. It's so cool to see teenagers watching the film. And that's really why we made the film, you know, to kind of change the conversation. And so to have a room full of teenagers watching it and reacting to it and asking really great questions was amazing.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Molly
you.
Manning-Walker, McKenna-Bruce, for talking about How to Have Sex, screening at the opening film at Nella Città. I'm Chiara Nicoletti for FRED, the Festival Insider.
Thank you.